a vital role in determining the direction of this ball game. So let's listen very carefully to the composition of the starting details. First, off the San Miguel bench is Norman Black. Joining him there is Ricardo Brown, one of the heroes of game number 6. Hector Calma, the ever-reliable point guard, the Django from Pampanga, who has certainly come out in his sophomore year with both barrels blazing and has installed himself as a real superstar. Jeffrey Graves is starting out for Norman Black. Looks like we have an inkling here of the kind of rugged game we shall see right in the opening minutes. And rounding out the pack is Abid Kidabin. Right up for Purefoods, if you will.
Thank you, Joe. And I don't think I can be heard. The crowd really coming alive here. And we haven't even started the game. Okay, there goes David, the Sheriff, third kill. He's been having a very successful series, except that he hasn't been scoring too well. There's Al Solis. Al Solis, Joe, has been key. He's been quarterbacking his team, and it's Henry Lau and Onchi de la Cruz that are sitting on the bench most of the time. Glenn Capascio is there. JB Yango played very well 2 games back. Okay, there's Mon Fernandez. So we can see that both teams will play sort of a rugged game tonight. So we see that Capascio is there, Yango is there, Solis is there. Sony is responsible for this.
Well, we'd like to thank Sony for that very nice accommodation. Here is Mon Fernandez. Bundle us off to the basket. Purefoods misses on his first crack. Mon Fernandez is going to try again, and this time he makes good. Mon Fernandez showing tenacity right in the opening seconds, and this should set the tone of Purefoods' its intensity for the rest of the ball game.
A little tentative. The players from San Miguel Beer there, the sure rebound there, but 2 of them contesting that ball, so Mon Fernandez took advantage of it.
Norman Black on this end of the floor. If you're watching this in black and white, the San Miguel Beer men are in the dark-colored uniforms. Mon Fernandez taking on his perennial nemesis, Abid Kidabin, paying back the compliment in the same coin. A fall-away shot pulls the first deadlock of the ball game at 2-all. We're 40 seconds into the first quarter. David Thurkill has his claws planted on the basketball. He shakes up Norman Black, but misses the 20-footer. Ball falling right to the hands of Hector Calma. The liquidator, the penetrator, call him by any other name, he's just as splendid. Ricardo Brown, the walking wounded. Gallantry above and beyond the call of duty. He fails from 20.
Well, no switch off there, and someone was on top of Ricky Brown.
Here's Glenn Capascio going up against a triple team. Loose ball, struggled for. Jeffrey Graves says, this is mine, but looks like there was a foul too. Capascio.
Yes, Capascio is responsible for that foul, Joe. And what we're seeing right here in the opening minutes of the game is a tough defense, rugged defense, and that might spell the difference. We will see which players can last out up to the last quarter.
Well, if you're going to look at the average age of these 2 ball clubs, you'll find that the San Miguel team is about 3 years younger on the average. Another Anquanaki thrust on the San Miguel side of the floor, and we have a loose ball foul.
On Graves.
Loose ball foul, Graves.
Yes, that was Graves. Graves was behind Ramon Fernandez, so he fouled. Okay, Mon Calma and Ricky Brown not taking any chances. They are pressing the ball carriers of Purefoods. They don't want them to set that offense in motion.
So it's Hector Calma versus Al Solis. Solis enjoying a 3-inch advantage in height as well as a 20-pound advantage in weight. Here's Mon Fernandez going up against Kidabin. A clean block by Abid Kidabin, but Fernandez will try again. And this time it's a loose ball foul.
On Ricky Brown. So Glenn Capascio in no man's land, going up against 3 San Miguel Beer players. You know, San Miguel leads as far as rebounds are concerned. So Mon Fernandez has told his boys, let's crush the boards.
In a very interesting sideshow of this contest will be the renewal of the time-honored feud between Ramon Fernandez and Abid Kidabin. They've really been going at it the past 6 games.
Oh yes, as a matter of fact, Kidabin got fined 1,000 pesos the last game, and Mon Fernandez 2,000 pesos 2 games back. There it is, Joe, what you were talking about.
Abid Kidabin collecting his first foul. Look at this again in slow-mo.
They ganged up on Abid that time.
Well, the referee caught him warding a hot dog with his elbow. So the ball stays in the backyard of the white shirts. Third kill quickly to Al Solis. He's deadly from the 3-point region. Glenn Capascio with a suicidal penetration in vain. Norman Black clears the board. He's been dominating those boards throughout this entire series against David Thirdkill. Top of the key shot. Norman, yes.
That's bad. That's a bad omen. That's a bad omen. That's exactly what Black did the last time. He was shooting the perimeter, very good percentage.
Well, he outscored David Thirdkill for the first time in this series in game number 6. Well, let's see if he can duplicate that feat tonight. In the meantime, the Sheriff brings it close to the goal and misses at point-blank range. Norman Black again getting the inside track on the rebound. Pass breaking the works for the red shirts. Abid Gidabin coming in strongly from the left side in a very fluid motion.
Give it to Hek Kalma. Hek Kalma saw Gidabin sprinting down court, gave a cross-court pass. Assist by Hek Kalma.
And it's now a 4-point lead for the Beermen. Promptly cut down to just a single basket. Actually, just a single point after a 3-point megaton bomb exploded by Al Solis.
That's also a bad omen for San Miguel, because when Al gets going, and this time he's doing it right in the opening minutes of the first quarter.
Oh, he could go on all night.
There's the one-on-one Gidabin against Fernandez. Yes, sirree. San Miguel players very adept at shooting from the perimeter, about 15, 20 feet.
And Gidabin is now 4 up on Juan Fernandez, and Juan Fernandez retaliates. Wow.
Well, that time there was no help defense. That's what San Miguel Beer is known for. They let Gidabin go one-on-one against Mon, and Mon will beat Abet when that happens, Joe.
You're absolutely right. In the meantime, the rivalry continues. Abet Gidabin versus Juan Fernandez. Norman Black against David Thirdkill. The drive by Ricardo Brown elicits a foul from Glenn Capaccio. First, make that the second personal on Glenn.
You know, another stat here for San Miguel Beer is the assist department. They have about 5 assists more per game than Purefoods. So the guards of Kalma and Brown will have to stick to them, because those are 2 of the best assist men in the league.
Ricardo Brown taking it off the nose of Glenn Capaccio. In and out into the hands of David Thirdkill. Here's Al Solis pushing it up. Thirdkill right behind it. He leaves Norman behind. Runs right into Ricardo Brown. That's going to be the second personal for Ricardo.
Yes. Ricky Brown helping out defensively. So that's the second foul on Ricky Brown. You see that in slow-mo on the left side of your screen. He hasn't established position yet. So Thirdkill. Another thing here, Joe. Thirdkill and Lastimosa are the most fouled players, and they're sent to that line very often. I was just going to say that Thirdkill has an 85% shooting average from there. Lastimosa 90%. And those 2 players have about 70% of the production from that line. So that might tell also in this game, foul shooting.
Well, Lastimosa is not going to get any points from this stripe, not at this time anyway, because he's still being kept in cold storage by Mon Fernandez, who normally checks in towards the close of the first quarter, maybe even the start of the second quarter. 8-all is the count. Foul away from the ball.
Or illegal defense might be called, yes.
Yes, it was illegal defense.
On David Thirdkill. So that's just a warning.
As everybody knows by now, subsequent violations will automatically result in technicals. Al Solis against Hector Calma. Here is Norman. He sizzled to the tune of 42 points only 2 nights ago. Against a spread eagle, David Thirdkill. He takes the fall away and converts again.
You know, he was had that last game, and that's the game plan now. Give the ball to Norman, and he's been scoring here.
Al Solis with a frontal assault to the basket. You know, strange thing about this guy, he's a lot more effective shooting from long distance than he is at point-blank range.
Well, they gang up on Solis when he gets in the paint. But like you say, he's got a very good percentage from the outside.
A towering jump shot by El Presidente.
Okay, delaying the game will be called on the Purefoods team, so that's a warning. And we can see Glenn Al Solis on Hec Calma. That's the main man for San Miguel.
And we are approaching the halfway house of the first quarter. Score still dead even at 10. Team foul picture shows San Miguel with 4 against only 2 for the Hot Dogs. Al Solis on Hector Calma. Here's Norman. They're clearing the right side of the court for Norman, but he opts to go to Hector. Hector finds the door shut to his face by Al Solis, keeps on going anyway and draws the foul. And a very smart veteran move on the part of Hector Calma. Just kept on going after being fouled and was given continuation.
Watch the pick by Norman Black. There goes. Calma will see the hole. Solis knows he's out already and still fouls him. And Calma says, I'm going to score the 2 points and a 3-point, possibly 3-point play, Joe.
And in a wink of an eye, San Miguel is back in the driver's seat with a 2-point lead with 6:27 to go in the first quarter.
I was talking to a good friend, Edu Manzano. You know the guy, Joe?
Somehow,
and
yes.
I asked him.
I have some faint recollections of him.
Yeah, I don't know him. Well, anyway, he said that I asked him about the game, and he said his beer, San Miguel beer, will win mainly because of Hec Calma, the way Hec Calma quarterbacks for his team.
And this could be a surprise package tonight for Purefoods, the same role he played in the victorious game of Purefoods only 2 nights ago, J.B. Yango, but this time he's called for the foul.
Okay, there's a full court press on the guards.
A lot of pressure on the ball carriers of San Miguel Beer. Hector Calma orchestrating the action from the right wing. Ricardo Brown jogging for position against Glenn Capaccio. That's Capaccio's task. Stop Ricardo at all costs. Hector Calma finds the door slammed to his face. Oh, Gidabin hits Graves underneath.
Joe, that's what I was saying. A well-oiled machine, that's San Miguel Beer, and they love to play with a lot of assists. That time, the big man giving the assist. And Mon Fernandez wants to do it all for Purefoods. He's been successful.
An acrobatic jackknife by Ramon Fernandez. 15-12 is the count. Just a 3-point lead for San Miguel Beer. Hector Calma goes around and picks it up by Jeffrey Graves. Abed Gidabin once again confronted by his nemesis. He goes to Norman. Norman with a tentative shot. It fails. Gidabin got tripped as he went out for the rebound.
Second personal foul on Al Solis. We're going to have our first timeout. We'll be back. Yes. So we find everybody here. All roads leading to the Ultra in the first, or rather in the first 6.5 minutes, Joe. San Miguel shooting 7 out of 11 for a high 64% from the floor. Make that even higher with Abed Gidabin scoring. And Purefoods only 33%, 5 out of 15.
Abed Gidabin has just equaled the output of Mon Fernandez, 8 apiece. A bad pass dished out by the franchise. Went clear through the hands of J.B. Young. It's going to be a turnover for the Beer men. Time down to 5 minutes and 6 seconds. We're still in the first quarter. 5-point lead going for the San Miguel Beer men.
Well, one thing going for San Miguel also is that their locals have been contributing to the team's cost. And that might tell the final analysis in this game, Joe, because the imports more or less are even Steven.
Unproductive thrust by the red shirts. Here comes a fast break, promptly aborted by a near bubble on the part there of Al Solis. Here's Glenn Capaccio trying to work his way inside. And the weave just cost them an offensive foul.
Offensive foul on Glenn Capaccio. Hec Calma positioning very well. Okay, Glenn Capaccio takes the rest now. And Giorgio Lastimosa comes into the ball game. Quite early for Giorgio to come in, because he usually is a second-half player, but they're behind by 5 points.
Well, judging from the roar in the background as this guy made his entry, it looks like we have a newborn superstar in our midst tonight. That's Giorgio Lastimosa. Well, he was less than effective in game number 6. Let's see if he can make up for lost mileage. Abed Gidabin on the left wing. Okay. Mon Fernandez in an attempt to swipe got the piece of Gidabin's arm. Only the first personal for Mon Fernandez tonight. But already the 17th foul for Purefoods with a good 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. This is a situation the Beer men will definitely exploit to the hilt.
Yes, Ricky Cui has checked into the ball game also for Ricky Brown.
Block gets a pick from Graves. The jump shot. Too much muscle behind it, and the ball fell luckily into the hands of David Thirdkill in open court. We have Al Solis cupping out as the San Miguel defenses scrambled beautifully into place.
You're right, Joe. That's the reason why they couldn't get 2 points off the break, because they were down very quickly. But Thirdkill wants to get all the offensive rebounds he can in today's game.
That was only the 3rd point tonight for the Sheriff. In contrast, Norman has already contributed 4. 17-14, a 3-point advantage for San Miguel Beer. Hector Calma with a pump fake goes to Abed Gidabin. Jeffrey Graves put a very tall arc on the shot. It missed the goal by a tad, and here comes David Thirdkill running the gauntlet with a very deft move. Coming up with a beautiful assist to Giorgio Lastimosa, and Joe Las collects his first bucket for the evening.
Very nice play by Thirdkill. He looked for the trailer, and that was Joe Las. So they'll have to play like that, give out assist passes, because had he forced that attempt, I don't think that would have gone in. Norman Black was there. Third wall of defense.
You bet. Purefoods trailing by only a solitary point. And that failure by San Miguel Beer to keep the ball alive is opening up an opportunity for the Hot Dogs to wrest the lead back to their side of the floor.
Solis and Yango are going to rest now. Padim Israel and Willie Henralao have made their entrance here for the first time.
Willie Hinawalau is the point guard for Purefoods, and Adidas is the official outfitter of the PBA. David Thirdkill is the import for the Hot Dogs. And Norman Black is his counterpart. He goes cross-court to Willie Hinawalau, quickly to Ramon Fernandez. Oh, that switch in defense was something Ramon Fernandez was not able to exploit. David Thirdkill, however, delivers the bacon.
So, did you see how many passes Purefoods gave? So they're looking for the open man. That is one thing they'll have to do, because San Miguel, like we were saying, they play a very good type of teamwork. Now, Purefoods will have to come up with that.
An 8-2 blast by the Hot Dogs gives them the lead at 18-17 with 2.5 to go in the first half. Make that the first quarter.
Hinawalau picks up his first personal. It's going to send Abet Gidabin to the line for 2.
Jericho Dinera, another towering performer for Purefoods, is checking in right after this. Disco artist will be the main attraction at Phases during its first anniversary on Saturday, June 11th. Anthony Lee will continue to perform in high energy country. That's Phases up to June 12th on Sunday. How about that?
Boy, that's really going to be high energy. I saw him perform in the opening last year, and the whole Manila went crazy over him.
Anthony Lee, any relation to Christopher Lee? 2 minutes and 28 to go in the first quarter in 1918. 1-point lead for San Miguel Beer. Here comes Willie Hinawalau. He's got great brake fluid pulling up against Hector Calma. Jojo Lastimosa against Ricky Cui. A foul given up by somebody.
Ricky Cui, yes, he's playing the defensive job on Jojo Lastimosa, because we know how he can explode. So Norman Black does not want this, and he's instructed Ricky.
You know, this is an awesome defensive job for all 5 San Miguel Beermen on the floor. They're trying to double team on 3 people at the same time. And these are, well, Ramon Fernandez is out of it right now. But there goes David Thirdkill.
Yes, Ramon Fernandez took a rest, and Jericho Dinera came in for him.
2019, back to the lead for the Hot Dogs. And here's Norman Black getting it over to Abet Gidabin against Jericho Dinera. Here's Ives Dignadice. Oh, miscommunication, but Norman Black recovers his bearings very adroitly, puts it into the hole.
Efficiency, what an efficient player. That's Norman Black. There were 4 Purefoods players there, but he still got that rebound and the 2 points.
A minute and 43 in the balance for the first quarter. Foul by Hector Calma, only his first personal, but already the 16th foul for San Miguel Beer with a minute and 39 to go. Of course, the Hot Dogs went into penalty about 2 minutes back. Thirdkill wants isolation against Norman. The help defense came from Ricky Cui, but all in vain as Thirdkill threads the needle and goes into the hoop again.
Nothing good Norman could do about that, because Thirdkill had the first step on him. And Calma, what a smart player he was. He just went away. He didn't want to give Thirdkill a chance for a 3-point play.
Poor Hector Calma is double teaming a lot of honchos on the Purefood side, and they came up with a brilliant basket from Ives Dignadice off a finger roll.
First 2 points by Ives. He only had 1 point in the last game, and he only played about 4 minutes. That was because Graves was very efficient during that time, Joe.
Well, Ives Dignadice, for one thing, is famous for his inconsistency, and San Miguel is playing that he's going to blow hot tonight. In the meantime, credit another basket to Jojo Lastimosa, his 4th marker tonight. 24-23, 1-point lead for the Hot Dogs. And San Miguel just squandered the offensive opportunity. At low post, Jericho Dinera operating against Abet Gidabin. The fall away, rather awkward shot. It trickles out into the hands of Norman Black. 24-23 still to count. San Miguel trailing by 1. They're still trailing by 1, but Norman Black came out of nowhere to hold down the offensive rebound and puts it in.
He was saying about playing 110%. I don't believe that, Joe. He's playing 200%. Wow, what a player, Norman Black. He's all over the court.
If he plays any more intensely than he's playing right now, he just bursts into a million pieces. 25-24. San Miguel back in the driver's seat. David Thirdkill from 3-point country. A touch short. Battle for the rebound.
But in Israel.
It's counted.
It's counted, Joe.
It's counted. Watch that again in slow-mo. Here's the 3-point attempt by David Thirdkill. It fell a trifle short. Battle for the rebound. And Padim Israel is going to be credited with that basket. We'll be right back.
The first quarter, 12-9. And usually San Miguel has more rebounds, not in the first quarter. Turnovers, Purefoods had 2, San Miguel had 3. So Purefoods is trying also to keep the turnovers to a minimum.
Thirdkill in the meantime Continues to dribble in front of Norman Black. He gets it right back from Jericho Dinera. The baby hook is out into the hands of Ives Dignatice. Franz Pumaren, who has taken over from Hector Calma, the point guard chores for San Miguel Beer, is working off Willie Henawalao. Alvin Teng, likewise, seeing action for the first time in game number 7. Couple of pump fakes by Ives Dignatice. Door completely shot to his face by Ramon Fernandez. 3-point shot. Norman Black. You know, this is a weapon that Norman Black had unraveled only during this championship series.
That's right. And, you know, he took that with a lot of confidence. Mon Fernandez sized the ball game.
28 all.
You know what that means. Third kill will have to even go further out now. So that's going to open the paint for the teammates of Norman Black.
That's absolutely right. They're working the ball around the perimeter right now. From top of the key, a failure from Franz Pumaren. Fast breaking the breaks. David Thirdkill looking to do a one-man jump out of this. He bangs right into Franz Pumaren.
It's a charge.
An offensive foul. It was actually Alvin Teng who stood in his path.
Watch that. David Thirdkill had no more space. Had no space, so the space he found was Alvin Teng. So credit that good defensive job to Alvin.
Tremendous guts displayed by Alvin Teng,
yes.
holding his ground against the rampaging David Thirdkill.
Well, I'll tell you, I think he's a black belt in karate, Joe. That's a fact,
that
too.
explains it.
He can take the falls, yeah. Double foul.
Baseline ref comes out to declare a double foul.
Let's see if we caught that in slow-mo. We don't... I think that was out of the play, but that was between Alvin Teng and Mon Fernandez. No, we did not catch that, Joe. Someone is trying to talk to the referee now, telling him that Teng is trying to get his goat.
Well, referee Andy Bartolome made that call, and he is standing pat on his decision, declaring that double foul as Alvin Teng prepares to inbound from the left sideline. 10:13 to go before the semestral break. Willie Henawalao trying to swipe from Franz Pumaren, a tall order indeed. Black. He goes deep to the left corner. Ives Dignatice makes his move, leaves the ball behind him.
So Mon Fernandez is going to pick up his third foul. Third personal foul on Mon Fernandez. Then slow-mo, the foul of Mon.
You know, the fouls constitute an albatross that had hounded the back of Ramon Fernandez throughout this championship series.
Very true. Always committing his third personal in the first half. And let's see if he's going to take himself out of the ball game. I would. I mean, it's such an important player. There are 10 minutes remaining here in the second quarter.
Well, there seems to be no move on the part of Chris Kalilan, his assistant coach, to field the substitution. Ives Dignatice connecting on both charities.
Gidabin has no fouls against him, and he's on the bench resting.
In the meantime, San Miguel Beer savors a 2-point lead at 30-28, 9:53 to go in the first half. Willie Henawalao keeping the ball alive at the left flank. The turnaround of Franz Pumaren. Contact. Pumaren with his first personal. That the PPA will take between now and the All-Filipino Conference. It's the Araw ng Maynila Boxing Festival, a promotion of my good friend Bomber Pamilosa. It will headline Bert Pukay versus Young Abuloyan, a featherweight match, and Rudy Cabiles versus Gilbert George. A companion 10-round main event will also feature Steve Nerza, a junior featherweight from Tacloban City, against Tom Ramos, Luz Proba, number 2 junior featherweight. That would be on June 24th, Araw ng Maynila itself.
Henawalao, a loose ball foul. Well, things not seem to be going up Purefoods' way. We'll see that in slow-mo. Watch Henawalao and Franz Pumaren. Okay, there. So the foul is called on Henawalao.
Norman Black played a game of his life only 2 nights ago. Let's see if he can play an even bigger game of his life tonight when everything is on the line. Yes, sir. He answered my question.
Very successful. Norman Black already with 13 points in the ball game. David Thirdkill has 9, excuse me.
32-30. Winner take all in game number 7 of the 1988 PBA Open Championship Series. A pump fake by Jerry Codinera. He misses.
Alvin Teng, Joe, has been very silent, but what a silent operator he's been. Very effective, getting rebounds, setting the picks, getting Mon Fernandez into foul trouble too.
A baseline drive by Ricardo Brown, rejected magnificently by David Thirdkill. Scooting there for the home run is Willie Henawalau.
Big defensive gem by David Thirdkill, and he had the right thing in mind. That quick outlet pass to the Henawalau carrying down for the 2 points.
And now we have the 6th standoff in our hands, a 32 all. Here's Ives Dignatise getting a pick from Norman Black. Jerry Cudinera tried to follow him all the way, couldn't do anything more, so he had to give up the foul. His first personal. A spate of substitutes checking into the ball game for both sides. Hector Calma and Abid Gidabin being harnessed anew by San Miguel Beer, while Parim Israel reports back for duty in lieu of Jerry Cudinera.
Yes, also Solis has checked into the ball game for Henawalau. So Henawalau not very effective against Pumaren. Now that's the matchup, Solis against Calma.
Well, that was the matchup originally at the start of this ball game. Parim Israel has his tentacles around Abid Gidabin. Here's Hector Calma quickly to Norman Black. Norman gets a pick from Abid.
Offensive foul on Gidabin.
It was a moving pick.
Yes, that's very clear. Abid Gidabin picks up his only his first personal foul in the ball game.
5 team fouls for Purefoods against only 3 for San Miguel Beer. Calma against Al Solis. What else is new? Juan Fernandez wanted the ball. Now he has it. Gets a pick from David Thirdkill. Jojo Lastimosa tries to take advantage of the mismatch against Hector Calma, and Heck yields the foul.
Well, that was a smart foul to give Hector Calma second personal. Team foul situation, 4 for San Miguel, 5 for Purefoods. Time remaining, 7:49 here in the second quarter.
One more time around the block for the Hot Dogs. Here's Thirdkill against Norman Black. You know, the sight of Thirdkill posting up against Norman Black has become so familiar that we practically see it in our nightmares. 34-32.
So both imports taking on one another, both sides of the court.
You bet. And here's Ricardo Brown. He plays like an import. Abid Gidabin. He was imported from Camiguin, and he misses.
And what a miss, way off. He was intimidated by Mon Fernandez that time. I think he was trying to bait Mon Fernandez, but Mon did not bite.
So it's still a 2-point lead for the Hot Dogs. Al Solis with his patented suicidal drive. This time he draws a conk on the head from Ives Dignatise.
And he gives a conk on the head to Norman Black too. And it's Norman that gets that foul, only his first personal.
Well, Norman Black and Ives Dignatise could have tossed the coin to figure out who will acknowledge the foul. Both of them really clobbered Al Solis. And here's David Thirdkill. Not very accurate tonight with his outside artillery. Here comes Ives Dignatise quickly to the opposite end of the floor. Norman Black is fouled in midair. And David gives him a hand.
Very important here, I think what Purefoods is also trying to do, Joe, is we stated that early, give assist passes, play more as a team. Averaging here in the series, average of assists has been about 4 or 5 more for San Miguel Beer. So we can see very clearly that they play more as a team.
That's right. Cohesion, in fact, has been the hallmark of San Miguel's basketball games throughout this entire conference. A 3-point shot by Al Solis goes for naught. Abid Gidabin clears the board for the red shirts. Ricardo Brown. Ricky Brown turned in 20 points in game number 6 so far. He still has a big fat egg across his name in our ledger. Dignatise against Parim Israel. Norman Black comes out to receive the ball. Gidabin preparing another bone-crunching pick. Only 3 seconds left in their shot clock. They got to put it up now. All right.
Not going to count. It's not going to count. I don't think anybody was aware of that 25-second shot clock running down. You know, these turnovers also might affect the outcome of this game. Both teams trying to keep it at a minimum, especially San Miguel, but I don't know how many they have already, Joe.
Well, we'll check that out.
Mon Fernandez just picked up his 4th personal.
So that was a bad decision to stay into the ball game after picking up his 3rd personal. He had to wait it in there until he pulled off his 4th foul, and this time he'll really have to be put on hold. Chris Kalilan promptly responds by sending in Jerry Cudinera.
Boy, that's going to be a big blow to the cause of Purefoods. But Al Solis doesn't know to say no.
Al Solis is not only a 3-point artist, he's also a great pickpocket. 36-34, 2-point lead for the Hot Dogs as we move down from the halfway house of the second quarter. Hector Calma misses from 21. San Miguel's outside shooting has gone sour. 5:49 in the balance for the first semester. Padim Israel goes to David. Oh, Capaccio was busy tying his shoelaces. Codinera. Jerry trying to shake off Abed Ginabin. Way offline with that 8-footer. And here's Ricardo Brown. Look at him hobbling somewhat. He's not running as fast as he normally does.
Right, he's still playing injured, and many people do not know that.
Well, he's got a severe groin injury. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if his doctor refuses to see him after tonight's basketball game. I think he has already warned Ricardo Brown 100 times not to play. We've got a timeout.
Add a touch of elegance to your house with Classic, the flat wall enamel from Dutch Boy, the paint authority.
Boom brandy.
Comparable with the world's best brandies.
Or best shot.
Simple things mean a lot out here in Marlboro country. A hot cup of coffee, a good smoke. Come to where the flavor is. Marlboro.
Introducing the true-to-life colors of National Alpha Color TV. Colors so real, they come alive. National Alpha Color TV. Colors as real as life.
National.
How do the world's best-tasting beers guarantee freshness? On paper. Yes, on paper label. Tulad ng Manila Beer, sa paper label nakatatak ang contract of freshness. Your guarantee that Manila Beer always comes to you fresh, hindi old stock. Garantisadong laging bago. Laging masarap, tulad ng pinakamasasarap na beer sa buong mundo. Manila Beer.
Pioneer Wood Glue, imported quality sa presyong kaibigan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're not watching an episode of Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, but these gentlemen are rich and famous, all right. That's Don Jaime Zobel de Ayala and his progeny. Their names, Mr. Trillo?
Jaime and Fernando.
You're on the ball.
Okay.
5:18 to go in the first half, and Ricardo Brown tells everybody to cool down as he connects with his first charity. It's 36-35. Ooh.
That's a big miss by Ricky Brown, who's very deadly there, about 85% shooting.
Jerry Codinera goes outside to Glenn Capaccio. Quickly to Padim Israel with a snapshot of Abed Ginabin.
But you know what's very important now is how Jerry Codinera plays here when Mon Fernandez is sitting on the bench. But again, that passing play, nobody was expecting Calma to dart in. He did.
Extremely well-oiled ball movement on the San Miguel side of the floor. 37-36. They're back with the upper hand. Cross-court pass to Al Solis. The pump fake. Oh, he should have taken the shot himself. Instead, dishing up a very hazardous pass intercepted by Ricardo Brown. Brown gets it right back. Hounded now by Padim Israel. The jump shot from Norman from the left wing is no good. Battle for the rebound. It stays in the backyard of San Miguel Beer.
Last touch by Glenn Capaccio there. Ginabin was behind Capaccio, but since he was taller, he was able to contest that rebound.
And your name is Wonky Trillo, and KP is the official basketball shoes of the PBA.
Thank you, Mr. Joe Cantada.
You're quite welcome, I'm sure. Here's Norman Black. Rebound to third kill. Al Sol is in open court. Codinera quickly. Glenn Capaccio on the post. He misses. Safety tap by Hector Calma, and he scrambles after the loose leather himself. A couple of guys on the floor.
That's Al Solis and Hec Calma, two of the better guards we have in the league. And Glenn Capaccio is not up to it tonight. He's been trying to score, Joe, but he's been missing.
Well, give him time. He just might warm up. Hector Calma leaving everybody behind, dishing off a drop pass to Ricardo Brown, and Abed Ginabin misses. He gets it right back. Tries again at closer range. And Abed Ginabin is showing Mon Fernandez that he does not have a monopoly on intensity.
That's the story there. Heck Calma quarterbacking very well for his team, throwing the defense to him and then drop passing.
A very luxurious three-point lead here for San Miguel Beer. And here comes David Thurkill trying to return the compliment. Abit Kidaben prevails in the battle for the rebound. And here comes Hector Calma. Ricardo Brown growing around the screen by Hector. Norman Black quickly back to the penetrator. That's what he does best.
You know, my son has a name for him, Joe. Calmadong Calma. Calmadong Calmado. Boy, he's really calm, cool, and collected, huh?
I think he was born for that name. 3 minutes to go in this first half. Glenn Capaccio, a little gun-shy after his defense picked him up. But Al Solis erupts with another three-point bomb. His second birdie tonight.
That's the beauty of a three-point shot. Can get you in the ball game right off. Okay, Calma again quarterbacking, and Al Solis seems to be saying, hey, heck, stop this. Oh, a foul on Cordillera.
Jerry Cordillera stuck his belly out. And we have another truce.
Guardian Rubbing Alcohol. Ang alcohol para sa taong bayan. The official rubbing alcohol of the PBA 88.
Añejo Rum 65. May sarap na babalik-balikan mo.
Cord Marine Epoxy Mastic para sa bowl ng bangkang sing tigas ng bakal, sing tibay ng bato, sing tatag ng isang blocking semento.
Ang paglikha ng isang dakilang whiskey ay isang tunay na sining. Pinagbuhusan ng bibirang talino at panahon. Pilino sa pinakamahusay na oak barrels. Collector's Premium Whiskey by Andy Player. Pulido ang timpla. Pulido ang dating. Collector's Premium Whiskey by Andy Player. Ginawang obra maestra dahil pihikan ka.
Cord Marine Epoxy Mastic, gamit ng marunong na mangingisda sa kanyang bangka. Ang baul ng bangkang binalutan ng Cord Marine Epoxy Mastic ay singtigas ng bakal, singtibay ng bato, singtatag ng simento. Kaya higit na tumatagal kaysa mga bangkang ginamitan ng ordinaryong epoxy lamang.
This is Milano, the long-span steel tile only from Phil Steel. Crafted from top-class steel, galvanized and pre-painted, won't crack, leak or shatter, almost worry-free. Phil Steel Milano, luxuriously crafted. Ask your architects about it. Buy Philippine-made. It makes sense.
Light rum. Angat ito sa lahat.
You know, the way the smoke is hanging thick over this battlefield, I think we'll need some fog lights before this evening is over. We've got 2 minutes and 41 to go in the first half as Abit Kinaben connects with his first charity. Incidentally, Mr. Trillo, Don Pablo Carlos, who doesn't know Don Pablo Carlos? Well, he's celebrating his birthday today. Likewise, Mrs. Marilu Francisco Velez, general manager of Doña Nena's restaurant, will be celebrating her own natal day tomorrow, June 10th. Happy birthday to both these very fine personalities. 2.5 to go in the first semester. 43-39, 4-point lead for San Miguel Beer. David Thurkill goes to the open man. Glenn Capaccio, three-point shot, bullseye.
First for Glenn Capaccio. And what a way to catch fire from the three-point region. Earlier, he missed on 3 attempts from the 2-point region.
And in a wink of an eye, the hot dogs are tugging at the coattails of San Miguel Beer, down by a solitary point. Abit Kidabin does something about it in a hurry.
Experience showing now. Abit Kidabin just pump faking and Cordillera falling for him.
That was a great patch-up job by Abit Kidabin. Very worthy of the noblest traditions of Bulkasil.
Right.
All right. Another swarming defense on David Thurkill. Jerry Cordillera at point-blank range. He gets it right back. And he won't... Oh! Third try.
Talk about efficiency that time. Written all over Jerry Cordillera. And boy, how close can you get, Joe? Only a 1-point lead. I need a drink.
Well, how about one of your own?
Okay, give me a Remy Martin any day, Joe.
Okay, you've got a very expensive taste. The fall away by Abid Gidabin.
Well, only
It's
for
a failure.
Yes.
You got a bottle there for me? Okay.
Any day, Joe, any day.
Here is Al Solis against Hector Calma. Glenn Capaccio decides against the corner shot after being confronted by Ricardo Brown. He moves closer, and Ricardo Brown yields the foul.
Could be. So that might be number 3 on Ricky Brown. Yes, it's Ricky Brown. And here we see Graves and Cui coming in for Dignalista and Brown.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, incidentally, is the last playing night of the Open Conference. We will take a 2.5-week vacation prior to opening the All-Filipino Conference on June 26th. Less than a minute to go. First half. Just a 1-point lead here for the Beermen, which could be wiped out by the Purefoods hot dogs if they can hit pay dirt. Oh, they won't hit any pay dirt that way. Glenn Capalcio bouncing the ball off his foot.
Yes, there was a foul, though. There was a foul called on Graves. Lucky break for Purefoods.
Lucky break for Purefoods, indeed. Both are in penalty, and that's why it's going to be a 2-shot situation.
Yes, for Glenn. No.
Oh, that was only the 7th foul for them.
Only the 7th foul, that's right. You know what's happening here? A lot of people thought with Mon Fernandez picking up his 4th personal and Mon is on the bench, San Miguel would pull away, but this scrappy 5 now for Purefoods is keeping them in the ball game, and I think San Miguel is used to playing against the Mon Fernandez. There's no Mon Fernandez now, Joe.
Scrappy is absolutely the term for the way the hot dogs are playing right now. Norman Block trying to thwart David Thirdkill, who continues to miss from the 3-point region. And David is absolutely disgusted with himself.
Nothing for 2 for David Thirdkill from there.
He's been held down to just 11 points, while Norman Block has already erected 15 across his name. Only 19 ticks to go before they move to the lemon time break. This is game number 7. Well, the last time a best-of-7 series was stretched to the limit like this was back in 1982. Well, I told you about that already.
Right, Joe. And Norman, off the pick, Norman getting that the last second.
It's a 3-point bulge for San Miguel Beer as both clubs repair to their respective locker rooms to review their game plans anew. Palayo on top, followed by the Big J in Milo's Magnificent 7. We still have the second conference, so you can keep on sending those Milo labels. Remember, all your entries will be included in the monthly Milo sweepstakes, and the 3rd quarter is underway.
The big story here, Joe, remembers that Mon Fernandez has 4 personals against him and won't probably check into the game until the 4th quarter or late 3rd quarter. Ricky Brown still missing from the outside. That's key also there. Ricky's got to start hitting them from the outside.
Ricardo Brown still has a big fat egg across his name in our ledger. And then look at Hector Calma galloping down court. He traveled much too fast even for the comfort of his fellow beermen. But fortunately for them, it was last touched by Al Solis.
Abed Gidabin could not contain the basketball. Al Solis, good defensive work again. Going down, and it's going to be San Miguel inbounding.
And this 3rd quarter is half a minute old. Norman Black operating behind a pick set up for him by Abed Gidabin. He gets it right back from Abed, who connects off Jerry Cudinera.
Again, perimeter shooting for San Miguel Beer in the first half. They had 51%. Purefoods had only 44%, though Purefoods had more attempts at the basket, Joe.
So the San Miguel margin has ballooned to 5 points at 49-44. Team foul picture shows both clubs still clean. Al Solis against Hector Calma.
There's the one-on-one. But then look at Calma, very quick to react, the double team. And there's a cutting lane for J.B. Yango.
I'll tell you what's happening here is that Hector Calma is playing the role of the wild card for San Miguel Beer. He keeps double teaming the big guys as Graves misses on the opposite end.
Sorry, misses. Graves and Yango earlier. Those were sure baskets.
David Thirdkill. Defensive lapse on the part of Norman Block, but he fails. He's been ice cold from the outside tonight.
Yes, that's his 3rd miss from the 3-point region. Norman's telling him, go ahead, take your shots. You're not connecting anyway.
That's a daunting challenge if I ever heard one. Let's see if David Thirdkill will respond. In the meantime, Ricardo Brown is trying to shake off Glenn Capaccio. Block sets up a tall pick for him. He goes cross court. Hector Calma. Norman snaps it off top of the key. 3 seconds left in the shot clock. And it's all over for that offensive play. Long outlet pass. Intervention by Norman Block. It stays in the backyard of Purefoods.
Again, Joe, the efficiency of Norman Black running up and down the court.
Well, he's letting it all hang out, like he said in that interview at the end of game number 6. He really has to come out with a big performance tonight, because if he's going, he's got to go in style.
That's right. Okay, here comes David. probably get the foul. Yes, piece of both teams coming down to protect.
And a while back, you caught a honey shot there of his counterpart, Ramon Fernandez, keeping himself on hold on the bench, hobbled by 4 personals. Here is JB Yango. He fails.
Oh, JB very cold off the bench. Remember, 2 games back, he was very successful. I think had about 9 points.
Yes, he did. Played a key role in Purefoods' victory. As Norman, looks like Lady Luck is riding that ball every time it falls into the hands of Norman Black. That old black magic is weaving its spell all over the floor tonight.
19 points for Norman Black. Third kill only with 11 points so far. So Norman also doing a good defensive job on third kill.
Right, great double team on David third kill, but the ball is kept alive in Purefoods turf by Al Solis, but Cordillera misses. One more time around the block for the Hot Dogs. Last touch apparently by Jeffrey Graves.
Well, San Miguel really doing the defensive umbrella on David Thirdkill. They know that the players from Purefoods will go to David Thirdkill. There goes David.
David Thirdkill is trying to put up a one-man show that so far turned out to be a dud. Here comes Abed Gidabin. Look at that move. Wow. He'll pass an entrance exam to ballet school any day of the week.
That's right, John. Abed Gidabin will take advantage of the absence of Mon Fernandez. He has 4 personals against him. So Abed Gidabin is more experienced than Cordillera.
And things are beginning to look grim for Purefoods. They need this 3-point bomb. Even Al Solis has gone sour.
Over the shoulder foul. And San Miguel has a 9-point lead. Okay, Mon Fernandez.
The San Miguel fans are going wild with delight as Mon Fernandez checks in. For the red shirts.
Joe, no other options left for Mon Fernandez. He has to check into the ball game because that's the biggest lead so far by either team. 9 points, and in a championship game, that's a big lead, Joe.
Well, let's hope that timeout, for the sake of the Purefoods fans, has enabled the Hot Dogs to collect their wits and put their act together again. In the meantime, San Miguel continues to burn. They've got the momentum on their side. 4 seconds in their shot clock. Ricardo Brown extricates and is blocked beautifully. Oh, there's a big uproar here about the call. But the baseline ref sticks to his decision. It stays with San Miguel Beer. Time down to 8 minutes and 23.
Right. Okay, there's the dead ball situation. So Giorgio Lastimosa checks into the ball game for Glenn Capascio. Only 5 seconds in the shot clock.
During the brief stint of Lastimosa on the floor in the first half, he contributed 4 points to the Purefoods cause. But
and 9 points are 9 points.
Ricardo Brown against David Thirdkill. He goes to Norman Black. That was a good ploy, but Black wasn't up to it. And here's Giorgio Lastimosa. The magic worked again. The miracle man.
That could bring back the level of intensity to Purefoods again. Remember, Giorgio Lastimosa is a second-half player. That's when he explodes with about 18, 20 points.
Well, he suffered from an off day in game number 6, but it looks like he's coming out smoking for this last half of the first conference. Norman Black continues to sizzle on his end of the floor.
That's the big story also offensively for San Miguel. Norman Black has been shooting very well from the perimeter, so he doesn't have to force his inside game.
A double team on Mon Fernandez fails to thwart El Presidente. It's 55-48.
Jolas picks up a personal foul against Ricky Brown. Second for Giorgio Lastimosa.
Well, the San Miguel Beer men will have to pick up a quick basket here to defuse the imminent rally being mounted here by the Hot Dogs. 55-48, 7-point advantage for San Miguel Beer. 7:29 in the balance for the third period. Team foul picture, 1 for San Miguel Beer, 2 for the Hot Dogs.
Somebody's open. There's a double team on Abed Gidabin.
Ricardo Brown makes his incursion.
Solis might pick up that personal. That's the 3rd foul for Al Solis.
Hector Calma. Ricardo Brown trailed by Giorgio Lastimosa. He takes one off Jolas. That's only a 2-point shot.
Would you believe that's the first filled basket for Ricky Brown? 3 points in the ball game.
57-48. Well, they needed that like a storm amidst a drought. 3-point shot by Al Solis. That 3rd megaton bomb exploded tonight by Al Solis.
And he's down to 6 points. These are the two players who usually score for Purefoods, Solis and Lastimosa in the second half, Joe.
Abed Gidabin has it against Jericho Dinera. Motion offense in full parade here by the San Miguel Beerman. And Mr. Bayais blows his whistle from the rear. Hector Calma orchestrating the offensive close to the midcourt line. Here's Ricardo Brown, pursued no end by Jojo Lastimosa. Oh, good pass inside to Abed Gidabin from Norman Block.
There's a story again, San Miguel assisting.
That's the second time tonight they've executed that magnificent instant two-point offensive. Jump shot on the fly, elegantly performed by the franchise. 59-50, is that 53?
53, yes, 6-point lead.
We're a shade under the halfway point of the third period, 5:51 to be exact. Abed Gidabin wants to challenge Jericho Dinera and eat him up alive. Jeffrey Graves does the dirty job.
All they're doing, Joe, is driving and throwing the defensive men to them and then drop passing. Purefoods has to wake up. They've got to cover up. They've got to switch.
Well, let's see if that basket was able to squelch their rally aspirations. Mon Fernandez wants Abed Gidabin all to his lonesome. Oh, found himself in no man's land. Decides to take the shot. A foul in a bruising battle for the rebound between Jericho Dinera and Norman Block. The foul is going to go against Jerry.
No, Graves.
Oh, was it Graves?
Earlier. That was earlier. He committed the foul. But you're right, Codinera did foul Norman Black, but that came afterwards.
And Padim Israel promptly checks in for Jerry Codinera. The towering recruit of Ramon Fernandez, which is among his prized elite cast of rookies for this year, has not been performing quite up to par as David Thirdkill challenges a double defense. That was a lucky break for the Sheriff.
Only his first 2 points here in the third quarter, and they're really playing tough defense on David Thirdkill. They know he's the man to watch.
Well, 61-55. Abed Gidabin against Mon Fernandez. What else is new? Here comes Abed. Oh, that was a red herring he threw on the trail of his two guards as Norman Black was left completely unmolested.
Could you call that an assist, Joe? Looked like an assist pass from Gidabin.
But then again, was that a basket or was that a basket on the Purefoods side of the floor? Tit for tat basketball now being played by two grimly determined ball clubs.
It's Mon Fernandez on Abed Gidabin now. That's a good matchup, but Mon's got four personals against him. Lastimosa is 4 out of 4 from the floor.
And how they worked that ball so splendidly to Ricardo Brown, who was left perfectly open.
Again, Joe, perimeter shooting, set up the picks. One player gets free, he takes the outside shot, and they're very successful at that.
Well, Purefoods will have to get some mileage of its outside artillery too. And here it comes. Here it comes. Al Solis comes up with his 4th explosion tonight from the three-point region. And in the wink of an eye, the San Miguel lead has been trimmed down to just 5 markers.
If I may quote you, Joe, diabolically effective. That's Al Solis right now.
A failure by Ricardo Brown. And the Hot Dogs are regrouping. They're down by just 5 now, and here's Ramon Fernandez.
What's happening, Joe, is that San Miguel is opening up their defenses in the paint. They're opening up. They don't want to give up the fouls, but they should.
That was a very uncharacteristic defensive lapse on the part of Abed Gidabin and Norman Black. But Hector Calma continues to stoke the fire of San Miguel Beer. 67-62, back with a 5-point lead. 3:15 to go. We're still in the third period. 3 team fouls now for the Beermen against 4 for the Hot Dogs. Al Solis.
Beautiful pass by Padim Israel to Mon Fernandez. And Joe, they're playing with a lot of teamwork now. That's what Purefoods doesn't have. That's what they're going to now. That's San Miguel's Beer team, San Miguel's game, rather.
And that last piece of action was sheer Shakespearean poetry in motion. Norman Black now isolated against David Thirdkill. A swarming defense. Forces the ball out of bounds, but it stays with San Miguel, and we have another ceasefire. But all in vain.
They were not aware of that. You know, another good matchup is Solis versus Calma, Joe. These two have been key players for their respective teams. And you know, the sports writers, they usually have an MVP for the championship series. This could be candidates for that. Maybe Gidabin and Lastimosa could be that also.
Oh, they ought to be very strong contenders for that distinction. A foul by Abed Gidabin. That's his third personal.
Uh-huh.
So he's just one fall behind Ramon Fernandez.
Graves sits down on the bench now. Yves Dignadisa comes in. And you know, I've been mentioning Calma and Solis because really the point guards usually are key. I mean, to their respective teams, Joe. And
well, they're the heart and soul of the offensive thrusts of their respective ball clubs. A beautiful cut inside by Al Solis.
Got the foul. Beautiful assist pass by Mon Fernandez. And Dignadisa picks up the foul. Solis already with 16 points, Joe.
I tell you, this guy is really something out of this world. He doesn't like two-point conversions. Every time he converts, he wanted to be a three-point affair.
You're right. So far, he's got 4 3-point shots. And now a chance for a three-point play. What a big game by Solis, who transferred from the Shell franchise.
Juan Fernandez tried to keep it alive, but it fell into the wrong hands. Here is Norman Black.
Okay, Jojo Lastimosa gives up the foul. Very good foul to give up because Mon Fernandez was still in his backcourt.
Yves Dignadisa is signaling one finger. Unfolding now is the San Miguel offensive. Norman Black against David Thirdkill. Abit Gidabin trying to jockey for position against Mon Fernandez. Okay, the two are at it again.
It's a charge. It's a charge by Abit Gidabin.
Very clearly so. He gave Mon Fernandez the business end of his elbow as he made a move towards the basket.
Watch that in slow-mo. Watch Fernandez fly. Of course, he helped that along, but the foul was there. And both big men now with 4 personals apiece.
And it's 67-66. A minute and 51 to go in the third period. Juan Fernandez looking to wrest the lead for the Hot Dogs.
What a great comeback by Purefoods. They were back by about 9 points. They were behind, and now they've got a 1-point lead. That's a big outburst by Purefoods.
Well, that was practically a Mount Everest. They scaled, getting back on the driver's seat. And here's Ricardo Brown. He still continues to blow cold. And the Hot Dogs are in open court. Lastimosa bangs into Ricardo Brown. Oh, it was intended as a give and go that blew up right in their faces as Yves Dignadisa played good defense.
Ricky Brown helped out too in that steal. That's a one-on-one play now. Norman still burning. He's got the hot hand from the outside. Purefoods refusing to go to their fast-breaking game, Joe.
As a result of which, we now see the pendulum swinging to the side of San Miguel Beer. David Thirdkill wants to get it right back for the Hot Dogs. All for naught.
Again, good defensive qualities on David Thirdkill. Maybe they should not go to David too much because David has been missing.
Norman Black went for a follow-up. And Norman got riled.
Yes, by Al Solis. Joe,
the foul, however, goes on Padim. Yes, as you were saying.
Yes, no. Okay, Teng comes into the ball game. Gidabin takes a rest. We also in for Ricky Brown. Let's watch that in slow-mo. Okay, Norman Black will go up. There's the foul by Padim, and then Solis would swipe the ball away from Norman. It hits Norman on the face. So like you say, he got riled up there. The problem with the offensive stance of Purefoods is that they're going too much, I feel, to David Thirdkill, who hasn't been very effective time and again. That collapsing defense has been thwarting him in the inside, Joe. So maybe they should just concentrate in the locals of Purefoods. Anyway, Solis, Fernandez, and the rest of the gang have been scoring.
That's absolutely right. You're seeing very balanced contributions tonight from the Hot Dogs. Norman Black with his second charity. 71-68, a three-point marker for the San Miguel Beermen. They're settling down to their half court at low post. A double team is clamped on David Thirdkill. He's looking for a cutter. He had to go all the way cross court to Padim Israel. Inside to Jojo Lastimosa.
Oh, Dignadisa. Dignadisa's all hot under the collar. I don't know why.
Well, emotions are running high in this ball game, understandably so. It's so much at stake here. And the pressure of the last 6 grueling days. Playing days.
We'll see if we got that in slow.
Okay. Mutual warning. Dignadisa and Lastimosa.
So it was actually Dignadisa that fouled Solis, rather Lastimosa, but it was Dignadisa who was hot under the collar, Joe.
That's right. Let's see if the Hot Dogs can hit pay dirt in this offensive. They need that badly to overhaul a three-point deficit. Israel setting up a big pick. And it was a moving pick, an illegal screen.
Moving pick. You know what's happening also here now, Joe, is that you remember when Purefoods came back and overall that lead, they got a 1-point lead, but then they started playing tentative basketball again. Not Solis.
Coming out of nowhere, Al Solis swipes the ball. Lastimosa goes for the cookie.
What a big game by Al Solis, Joe. That's the player right now. Al Solis has been doing it all for Purefoods.
Tonight, he's looking as pretty as Charito Solis, and will be right. Curtains have just risen for the final skirmish in this war epic between San Miguel and Purefoods. Absolutely the last quarter in this championship series that has gone the limit of 7 games. And a foul readily given up there by Ives Dignatice on a driving Ramon Fernandez, his second personal.
In the third quarter, Joe, Purefoods still continuing crushing those boards. They had 11, San Miguel Beer only 8. So that has been San Miguel Beer's domain. About 5 more per game, but not in tonight's encounter.
Not tonight. Mon Fernandez against Ives Dignatice. Oh, cross court. Fatim Israel responds beautifully.
Again, that was credit that assist pass to Mon Fernandez. Assist pass cross court, Joe.
And don't look now. But the Hot Dogs are back with the upper hand at 72-71. We're 30 seconds into the fourth quarter, and Fatim Israel yields the foul on Dignatice. Third personal for Fatim.
Turnover. San Miguel has 9. Purefoods has 8.
Alvin trying to set up a screen there for Norman Black, but Fatim Israel continues to stay on top of him. All shapes and sizes and genders and races. And here is Cui. Dignatice.
3 seconds might... No, wasn't called.
That was a very tentative shot taken by Ives Dignatice, and here's a pass break in the works for the White Shirts. Mon Fernandez is going to go to the iron. Intimidated somewhat by Norman Black. And a bruising encounter off the board between Ives Dignatice and Mon Fernandez. That would be Fernandez's 5th personal. So he's now flirting with disqualification.
Mon Fernandez should not have. I think he felt he was fouled. So to get back, he tried swiping the ball away from Dignatice, and Dignatice.
What a time for the normally cool Ramon Fernandez to blow that cool. Take a look at this. The Vulcan Chemical Corporation. All right, back to the action. Franz Pumarin. 72-71, just a 1-point lead for the Hot Dogs. Abed Gidabin asking his teammates to spread out. He wants to take on Fatim Israel one-on-one. Double team. Help defense being applied here by... Oh, the defense worked beautifully. And look at David Thurkill trying to outsprint Franz Pumarin.
Let's see if they'll give David Thurkill 2 shots. Yes, it was an intentional deliberate foul on Pumarin. Could have been a let-go situation. So Thurkill will go to the line for 2.
And Franz Pumarin had better be reminded that it is illegal to touch any of the referees physically. Well, it was either an innocent touch. He was just trying to call the attention of the refs. Nevertheless, the ref would have been in a perfect position to call a technical on him if he had been inclined to. In the meantime, Thurkill misses.
No, Joe, I was going to say that Thurkill has a very high percentage from the line, 85%. So does Jojo Lastimosa, 90%. And these 2 players in the championship series have contributed about 70-75% of the points scored from the line. And Thurkill, well, he goes 1 for 2 now.
Well, only the 14th marker tonight for the Sheriff. But the Hot Dogs are enjoying a 2-point lead at 73-71. So that should blow the myth once and for all that as David Thurkill goes, so goes the Hot Dogs. In the meantime, Norman Black has been towering all night.
Again, efficiency. Norman Black trailing. Nothing sure till it goes into the basket, and that's what Norman did.
And we have in our hands the 8th standoff of the ball game at 73 all. Mon Fernandez saddled with 5 personals and all, takes it off the nose of Ives Dignatice. Loose ball. Scrambled for by Ricky Brown. He keeps it alive for San Miguel. Here comes Norman Black right down the middle.
Okay, there was no David Thurkill. Norman Black really in shape.
75-73, 2-point lead for San Miguel Beer. A double team once again confronted by David Thurkill. The turnaround by Fatim Israel. Too much of an arc given that ball. Loose ball foul.
On Norman Black, I think. That should be his 3rd personal if the foul.
Time left, 9.5. Ramon Fernandez makes a move. Oh, haste made waste for El Presidente at that time.
Well, another turnover. Remember, the turnovers are at a minimum for both teams, and that might decide this contest tonight.
Well, that's just a 2-point lead going for San Miguel Beer, as Hector Calma tries to clear the right side of the court for Abed Gidabin. An attempted escape back by Abed Gidabin.
Yes.
But Padim Israel was on his toes.
Defensive quality shown there by Padim Israel and Abed Gidabin. You know, tonight, Norman Black is 4 out of 4 from the free throw line. He only shoots 63% from there.
And San Miguel only has 7 seconds to take a shot. Hector Calma quickly to Norman Black. He snaps it off from the 3-point region. Too much muscle behind it. Battle for the rebound. Gets away from Jojo Lastimosa into the hands of Al Solis. He goes cross-court to David Thirdgill, who almost lost it. Again, he almost lost it. You know, the hot dogs really have to get a hold of themselves.
Right.
Lastimosa. Oh, a heartbreaker there for Jojo Lastimosa.
In and out.
The sobering hand of Hector Calma trying to pull his team together, protect that 2-point lead, 75-73. Ricky Brown, he hasn't been too productive tonight. Let's see if he can get some points from inside the paint. He fails again.
He was a little off balance there by that double teaming defense, but he had to take it anyway because there's nobody to pass off.
The Hot Dogs have another opportunity to level the count if they can hit pay dirt here. Mon Fernandez working at it very agonizingly, very patiently. The fall away is no good.
Well, Mon Fernandez must be a little tired right now, Joe. He's got 5 personals. Maybe a 2-minute break, a 2-minute rest would do him wonders.
I don't know how 5 fouls can tire you out.
No, I mean, he's been playing, he started the second half.
Okay, in the meantime, we just saw Abed Gidabin fouled preemptively by Padim Israel. And a lot of color is developing on the floor among a lot of players. And the referees had better keep a tight rein lest this situation gets out of hand.
Codinera comes back into the ball game for Padim Israel. You know, Fernandez has taken 3 attempts here in the 4th quarter, missed all. Not in the 3rd quarter. He had 10 points there.
Padim Israel has just been relieved by Jerry Codinera with 7 minutes and 50 in the balance for this basketball game and the series.
The triple towers for Purefoods are inside now. That's Fernandez, Codinera, and Thirdgill.
Abed Gidabin defies the triple towers.
Mon Fernandez was calling for a switch, but it came a bit too late.
77-73, 4-point lead for San Miguel Beer. Looking for back-to-back championships. Remember how they bagged the Open Conference at the last conference of 1987 season? Another unproductive thrust. Great defense on parade here for San Miguel Beer. Hector Calma.
Big shot blocked by Abed Gidabin, Joe. Abed Gidabin, and now he's setting up the play. So we see a lot more experience. These 5 from San Miguel, that's Gidabin, Calma, Brown, Black. It's only Dignadice that doesn't have that much experience.
Fantastic decision by Abed Gidabin to take the shot from 16. Gives San Miguel Beer a 6-point lead at 79-73. We're approaching the halfway house of the 4th and final quarter, 6:55 to be exact. And we can hardly hear ourselves above the din of the crowd. And those voices belong to a wildly delighted San Miguel gallery. 3-point shot, Jojo Lastimosa, blocked by Dignadice. Here comes Ramon Fernandez inside the paint. He goes to Thirdgill.
That's going to count.
And that counts.
Yes, that's going to count.
Clearly, he beat the horn.
Gidabin in the 2nd half has been sizzling, 5 out of 5.
Well, Gidabin is an old hand at this business. He learns from experience. When he blew his school, they lost the ball game. Now he has learned to control his temper. Block gets the baseline.
Credit half that basket show to Ricky Brown, who set up a beautiful pick for Black. And David Thirdgill did not try to go around the pick.
Jerry Codinera against the umbrella defense of Abed Gidabin. That basket also counts.
5 personals on Abed Gidabin.
So he's in the same boat as Ramon Fernandez. Move closer and closer to the halfway point of the 4th and final quarter. 6 minutes and 7 to go. All attention is focused on Jerry Codinera.
He shot 11 out of 11, 100%. That's Jerry Codinera. To make that 12 out of 12 so far in the championship series. So that was a triple threat actually for Purefoods. The 5th foul of Abed Gidabin, the 2 points plus the bonus shot.
A triple block eye for San Miguel Beer. And here's Hector Calma, Ricardo Brown. Calma gets a pick from Norman. Oh, hasty shot taken there. Abed Gidabin again hauling down the offensive rebound. And his attempt is thwarted by a foul from Jericho Dinese.
Well, Joe, talking about Jericho Dinero in the championship series, he has been averaging 5 shot blocks a game. And that's a lot, I'll tell you. Gidabin, 5 out of 5 from the floor in the second half. And 5 out of 5 from the free throw line in the second half.
So it's boiling down to a battle between these two big men, Jericho Dinera and Abed Gidabin, with 5:49 in the balance for the ball game. 5 minutes and 47 seconds of nerve-wracking basketball action to climax one of the greatest basketball championship series seen in the PBA. David Thirkill. He goes up against the brick ball post by Abed Gidabin and Norman Black. The foul goes against Black, his 4th personal. And take a look. 3 key players in dire foul trouble. Abed Gidabin, Ramon Fernandez, Padim Israel, all hobbled by 5 personals apiece. Norman keeping a close watch on David. This is an opportunity that David hasn't had all night. Jojo Lastimosa dances inside for his patented suicidal drive, and the ball is going to stay in the backyard of Purefoods.
Jojo Lastimosa asking for a foul that time, was not given it.
Well, Lastimosa himself will be inbounding from the baseline. Time down to 5 minutes and 22. The Hot Dogs are still under the gun. 83-78. Inside to David. Let's watch him at work against the double towers there. Oh, battle for the rebound. Won by the littlest guy on the floor, Hector Calma. And very calmly, he orchestrates a half-court offensive thrust here for San Miguel Beer.
Talk about breaks, Joe. There were 2 people from Purefoods, 2 players contesting that offensive follow-up. Eventually, Calma got that ball.
Well, he has this knack for being at the right place at the right time. Coming out of nowhere, Jojo Lastimosa is going to challenge Norman Black.
Oh, an offensive foul. Offensive foul on Jojo Lastimosa. Another break.
Watch that again in slow-mo. Here comes Jojo going up into the air. Norman Black rising along with him to thwart the attempt. I don't see how that happened, quite frankly.
Well, call that breaks of the game.
Well, you have to give allowance for human error. The referees do not have the benefit of a slow motion, instant slow-mo replay, same as what we have. Ricardo Brown. And the Beer men are really pouring it on.
Joe, at Purefoods, we'll have to remember that that's a long time. 4 minutes and 25 seconds. They just have to get set up the offensive rotation and not hurry up their plays.
David is still looking for that strange alchemy that is going to ignite him. Here comes Jojo Lastimosa, bullseye.
In the second half, Georgia 8 points.
85-80, still a 5-point lead going for San Miguel Beer. Ricardo Brown, well, he hasn't turned in a lot of points for the Beer men, but he's been setting up a lot of nice plays, playing good defense. Oh, good pass inside to Norman Black. First, Norman Black scored the basket. Second, he's in for a 3-point opportunity.
Right. What happened actually, there was a switch off. It was a Thirkill taking on Brown, and then Fernandez or Lastimosa was left with Norman Black, and they were very poor to switch back. So they took advantage of that and hit Black inside the paint.
Fernandez must be feeling pins and needles all over his body. 3-point shot by Jojo Lastimosa. Way offline. Ball getting away from Hector Calma. Here comes another daredevil drive by Al Solis.
Joe, it's not the time yet to go to the court of last resort. That's a long time. 3 minutes, 18 seconds. Purefoods should just take their time, 2 points at a time, and then put up a good defense.
Right.
They're a bit scattered now. They're not really rotating very well defensively.
San Miguel has the luxury of a 5-point lead. That's why they can work out this half-court offense very deliberately and methodically. But Ricardo Brown continues to miss his hot hand. Jerry Coutinera says this ball is ours. 2:56 left in this basketball game.
Ricky Brown taking it partially in the kisser.
Jojo Lastimosa leaning on Ricardo Brown.
So no two shots, only a side court throw in.
Okay, both clubs are now in penalty. David Thirdkill against Norman Black.
David Thirdkill has really not got going yet, Joe. He's got to get his game going.
They really set up Al Solis for that beautiful fifth birdie. 88-85. All of a sudden, Al Solis has raised the flogging hopes of the hot dog fans. Norman Black, feeling the pressure of the whole affair, leaves David Thirdkill behind. Ricardo Brown quickly to Hector Calma. They're working the ball rather tentatively with only 5 seconds left in the shot clock. And an error by San Miguel Beer gives Purefoods a golden opportunity to pull up to within 1 point or maybe even come up with...
Enjoy the last 2 minutes with Philip Morris 100s. So rich, so full of flavor.
Basketball game, I mean a twilight zone. Hector Calma broke loose. 90-85. 5-point margin for San Miguel Beer, very effectively stymieing the rallying aspirations of the Hot Dogs, but they're not out of it yet. There's still 1 minute and 36 precious seconds to go in this ball game. And David Thirdkill just stepped on the baseline, and that error just might have cost them the championship itself.
That's a big play, Joe. Norman Black played good defense, valid defense all the way, and David Thirdkill was trying to get a fifth personal from Norman. Instead, he stepped on the baseline. So far, Solis has 5 for 7 from the three-point region, 71%.
Well, he's nowhere near the record he shares with Sonny Jaworski and Ricardo Brown, but he certainly has been the most prolific from the three-point region throughout this championship series.
Only 3 seconds remaining.
Ricardo Brown drops it off to Abed Gidabin. He should have taken the shot himself as the shot clock expires on San Miguel Beer. Time down to Ultra, and they also have gallons and gallons of confetti along with dozens and dozens of streamers. But who will get to unfurl the streamers? Who will get to drop the confetti? Who will get to release the balloons? We will know in just 1 minute of playing time ahead of us.
Okay, Joe, that's championship pressure catching up, because Coutinera before that miss had 12 out of 12, 100%. Timeout situation. Purefoods only has 1. San Miguel 3 more.
Looks very grim indeed for the Hot Dogs, but we have a for San Miguel Beer. Slowly tightening up on Hector Calma. San Miguel Beer now has the luxury of being able to chew up the clock. Ball interference by Jojo Lastimosa sends it out of bounds. It stays in the backyard of the red shirts.
18 seconds remaining the shot clock for San Miguel Beer.
Don't count out the Hot Dogs yet, Mr. Trillo, because I was observing the demeanor of Bon Fernandez. He still is far from throwing in the towel.
Oh, definitely. Big story here. Import matchup. Black has 36 points.
The baseline drive by Abed Gidabin produces nothing with 37 seconds to go. Purefoods go on the attack. Jojo Lastimosa with a jump shot. And they're down by just a basket now with 32 seconds to go. I told you not to count out the Hot Dogs yet. We've got it.
The series going to the 7th game, and what a 7th game we're having here. Purefoods should remember not to foul.
This is a very pivotal offensive thrust by San Miguel Beer. And they got the ball to the right man, Hector Calma. 13 seconds in the shot clock for the red shirts. Calma goes to Norman.
Oh, there's a foul by Jojo Lastimosa.
That could be a very fateful foul. The 5th personal for Jojo Lastimosa. Both clubs in penalty. It's going to be a 2-shot opportunity for Norman Black. 90-88.
When that happens,
don't bother to look at your stats, Mr. Trillo, because in circumstances like this, you can throw all those figures out the window.
5. Well, he's made 5 for 5, but he's been shooting 64% from there.
Under the gun, shots from the stripe, and Norman Black comes across.
So, when Jojo Lastimosa fouled Norman Black, San Miguel only had about 6 seconds remaining in the shot clock, 5 to 6.
2 for 2 by that old Black Magic with 14 seconds to go. Purefoods calls a timeout to work out a last-ditch stand in the phase of this imminent debacle.
Whether we make it or not, we have to foul right away.
Well, we can't seem to hear anything from Juan Fernandez, Joe.
That's right.
The fans are blaring. The fans are up on their feet. So
well, we can hardly hear ourselves, let alone the coaching huddle.
Foul the person with the basketball, not the man away from the ball, because that's going to be a technical.
And it will restore possession right to the hands of the team that had possession to begin with.
Right.
That's a crucial inbound pass by Al Solis. Jojo Lastimosa draws the foul from Ives Dignatice.
Yes.
Foul, Dignatice.
So there still is a chance. 13 seconds remaining.
Only 1 second was chopped off the game clock in that sequence. So hope still springs here for the Purefoods hot dogs.
90% shooter from the line.
I don't believe that guy is a rookie. The way he responded to the situation, you'd think he was just taking a stroll in the park.
So they'll have to foul. That's the last timeout for San Miguel. Both teams now have called 4 timeouts.
Do not deny him the ball. Let him get the ball, but you should be near. So when you get the ball, foul him right away. Try to steal the ball, huh? Try to steal the ball. But if you cannot foul him. Pero ang first intention is to steal the ball. Jerry, iiwanan ko na si Dignatice. Tutulong na ako kay Brown. Mas lang ang minodon. Sa ilalim, sa ilalim. Baka may pass sa ilalim. Baka pumunta sa ilalim bola.
Well, a special portion of that huddle came in loud and clear, Mr. Trillo. They are waiting for Norman Black to receive the ball, and immediately upon receipt, he will be fouled by David Thirdkill.
Well, you know, what I would do is maybe, even if you allow 2 or 3 seconds to go by, try going for an interception at least. Because who knows, you may get an inbound interception, and then you can score and tie the ball game. Now, if you cannot, then foul already.
And you have to bear in mind that there are no more timeouts left for either ball club. So they'll have to go it without benefit of instructions for the balance of this ball game, which stands at 13 nerve-wracking seconds. Dignatice inbounding. Ricardo Brown gets it. Fernandez. That is the end of the line for El Presidente. It looks like the franchise will not be seeing the end of the 6th and last encounter in this war epic between San Miguel Beer and Purefoods.
You know, Joe, we've had a lot of calls from the refs in the last 2 minutes. Very tight calls. Now, I don't know if some of those calls should have been let go, but that's the way the refs want to call it. Very close in the last 2 minutes.
Well, that's purely an arbitrary matter on the part of the referees. Watch that again in slow-mo. Here is Ricardo Brown, hounded by a double team, and Juan Fernandez just happened to have his right thigh along the way. Oh, left knee, okay.
You know, Ricky Brown missed one earlier. Let's see if he can put this one in. Yes. Okay, I think San Miguel.
And he can go for the clincher.
Safely safe, because remember, no more timeouts. They'll have to run the entire length of the court down in order to score, Joe.
A 4-point lead for San Miguel Beer. There's the inbound. Lastimosa has it. Time down to 9 seconds. Here's Jojo. They have to put it up now from the 3-point region. It fails. Battle for the rebound. 2 seconds to go.
Okay, 2 seconds to go. So
94-92.
There it is.
Ricardo Brown has it in the backboard.
San Miguel wins, Joe. San Miguel.
San Miguel Beer has just neared its second championship in the row in less than 6 months.
And pandemonium. We've got pandemonium on court now.
All hell has broken loose here at the Ultra, mainly on account of the frenzied celebration of thousands upon thousands of San Miguel beer fans. They have released the balloons from the ceiling, a rain of confetti right at the Ultra hard court, and unabashed jubilation right there on the floor for the red shirts of San Miguel beer, celebrating their second consecutive crown in less than 6 months, and Norman Black is getting the victory ride.
You bet Norman Black. They deserve. They played cool down the stretch. When it came to crunch time, they knew how to set up, how to give the assist passes, and they never lost their cool. Purefoods, they still can try again. All Filipino, Joe.
That's right. Well, this is a particularly sweet victory for San Miguel to savor, coming as it did after 7 grueling games that went down the wire. Well, the Hot Dogs have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. They suffered no disgrace in this championship series. Like I told you earlier, if I can only pass the hat around now, I would like to collect contributions for an equally gleaming championship trophy to be given to the Purefoods Hot Dogs for having been a party to one of the greatest championship series in Philippine basketball ever.
For quite some time, yes, I agree. So does that mean you forgive me, Joe? Does that mean that I predicted Purefoods to win? Remember that. So you...
No, I still think you're all wet.
Okay. I don't mind. As long as there was a beautiful series. I mean, could have gone either way. And here we have Gidabin. I don't think they'll be able to interview him. He's our best player in the game. 28 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 shot blocks, and a lot of intimidation.
But there is a greater story beyond those figures in Abed Gidabin. He was fined 1,000 pesos for ungentlemanly conduct at the very tail end of the basketball game 2 nights ago. Then he came out smoking here, played a beautiful game. He kept his cool all throughout, and he outsmarted his tormentor, Ramon Fernandez, all the way. And in just a short while, we shall be turning you over to our MC for tonight, who I believe will be Seb Sarmenta for the awarding ceremonies. Of course, a gleaming trophy carved out magnificently by Angel Zamora and Sons will go to the champions. There is also a consolation trophy for the runners-up. Now, I doubt who will receive it. I don't know who will receive it for Purefoods. I don't think they're exactly in any mood.
They're all in the dugout now. Padim Israel, of course, is a team captain, but must be very sad in there now.
Well, they'll feel very bad about it for the next 2 or 3 days. But after that, when they have recovered their wits, when they have gone over the initial agony of defeat, they will discover that they played a big role in carving out a historical series here in the PBA. Of course, they missed the boat and their date with destiny, that of being the very first team in the PBA to bag a title right in its first try. We are not counting the Toyota Corollas who did the trick back in 1975, because that was the maiden year of the PBA, where everybody was actually a virgin.
Right. And Joe, I think what really won it for San Miguel down the stretch, you know, Brown, Gidabin, then you had Calma and Dignadice with Norman Black. A lot of these players have a lot of championship minutes, okay, if you take them collectively. On the other side, it was only, I feel, Fernandez and Third Kill who had championship pressure. You know, Solis, and then Lastimosa, of course, he's a rookie. They didn't have very many championship minutes yet. As a matter of fact, none yet whatsoever in the PBA.
You know, Mr. Trillo, I didn't really want to gloat over your failure to predict the proper winner for this contest. But if you will recall, in the same game we covered last year, that was the climax of the Open Conference, San Miguel also emerged victorious, and they disemboweled the Alaska Milkmen via what seemed like, what was it, a 4-1 series?
Yes, I think so. 4-1.
Yes, it went only 5 games. Anyway, we predicted then that this team is so young and so strong that it is likely to assume the stature of a dynasty in the years to come. Well, so far, they have lived up to the prophecy.
2 out of 2, yes.
All right, everybody's still celebrating. And our MC, Seb Sarmenta, still cannot get a word in edgewise because of the organized pandemonium and bedlam going on the floor right now. Well, we don't blame the beer fans for this kind of an attitude. Of course, that was really one of the biggest cliffhangers we've seen in a championship series. There'll be more coming. If you're an NBA fan, the Detroit Pistons, incidentally, started things going by upsetting the Los Angeles Lakers right in the first game.
Yes, big win.
In behalf of the PBA, we would like to thank all of you for making this conference the biggest record-breaking conference in terms of attendance. Thank you. And now to present the trophies to our runner-up and our champion, PBA Chairman Mr. Ray Marquez and PBA Commissioner Attorney Rudy Salud. First, the trophy to the runner-up. And we would like to call on Team Captain Padim Israel of the Purefoods Hot Dogs.
Well, just as we expected, it's taking the Purefoods Hot Dogs a long time to claim their runner-up trophy. After all, they did miss their date with destiny.
Again, we would like to call on Team Captain Padim Israel or a representative of the Purefoods Hot Dogs to accept the runner-up trophy.
Well, immediately after the ball game, the Hot Dogs collectively repaired to their dugouts, very, very heavy of heart.
And here comes Padim Israel, team captain of the Purefoods.
How about a big hand for the Purefoods Hot Dogs?
They deserve that ovation and much more.
Accepting the runner-up trophy, team captain Padim Israel.
He isn't smiling though. Okay, there's a smile.
While Freddy Ubalde is lending him some assistance with rather heavy runner-up trophy.
The first of San Miguel. Accepting the trophy, playing coach Norman Black and team captain Abet Gidaben. How about a big hand for the force of San Miguel Beer?
Nice shot there, Joe.
A lot of ecstatic phases in that group. And those phases will continue to grin from ear to ear for the next 3 or 4 days.
Champion San Miguel Beer. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see you all on June 26th for the All Filipino. Thank you and good night.